And welcome back to Who Will Win. I'm a little late on this one, but getting it out regardless. This goes to us from, and if I'm getting this right, it's Cinepar. Is that right? Cinepar? Who asked the question, who will win the fight? Hermione Granger versus Annabeth from the Percy Jackson series. Now, both these characters are kind of the respective female leads of their series. Annabeth, though, is the daughter of Athena, a demigod. She is the love interest and friend to Percy Jackson, whereas Hermione Granger is human-born wizard, turns out to be an exceptional wizard for her age, and she went on to marry Ron Weasley, which anyone who watched the movies kind of realized, or anyone who really reads the books or watches the movies, that really didn't make sense, did it, that she wound up with Ron? When you really read the books and really watch the movies, it's like, no, she had a lot more chemistry with Harry. At least because the movies are based off the books, but it's like, no, she had a lot more chemistry with Harry than she did with Ron. That, I don't know. Anyway, that's my opinion. But both these characters are both very strong-willed, very intelligent, very witty. Hermione is a bit of a perfectionist. She tries as hard as she can to do the best she can. She also tends to be a little snippy with others. She comes off as a little prideful or arrogant. However, it just masks insecurity. She's a very loyal friend, and the same can be true for Annabeth. However, Annabeth, being a daughter of Athena, apparently has several things to her. She has apparently a fatal flaw, which apparently I believe is no, it's not. It's not because she's a daughter of Athena. It's just something she has. I'm guessing. Demigods do have all fatal flaws. All these guys have fatal flaws of some kind, but hers is her hubris. She is extremely prideful or arrogant. She believes, as it says, she believes she can do anything, including getting her parents back together. One of them's a god, remember. Build great monuments, save Luke, who went rogue in one of the movies, and she even thinks she could rebuild the world better than the gods. That's a lot of fucking arrogance right there. She also has, being a daughter of Athena, due to the history Athena has with a character known as Arachne, who was, I believe, the mother of spiders, was cursed by Athena and all that, because she was already in a bad mood and all that shit, and she pretty much was able to match Athena in like a weaving contest. They have a great deep fear of spiders because they feel they're out to get them, which I guess apparently they're partly true. So she keeps some bug-off spray in her car of some kind. Was it bug-off spray in the car, or what was it? Which is there's the children are using aggressive, inside the trunk of the inside her trunk is inside her trunk. So when it comes to her abilities, I mean, you have a witch versus a demigod. I mean, let's go over Hermione. Hermione is extremely powerful, intelligent. She tends to be a bit more logically thinking, but it allows her to kind of, show off her way she uses her spells a bit differently. She does know the Patronus, thanks to being taught by Harry, and hers takes the form of an otter. The Patronus really wouldn't do anything in this regard. It's designed to ward off evil, which Annabeth is most certainly not. Lupin claimed that she was the cleverest witch of her age he had ever met. The British witch's magic, her capacity to surpass almost every single student in her year, challenged only by a select few, probably including Harry and a couple others. Maya was considered a borderline genius. Really? Wow, that must have been insulting to her. And was the most talented witch of her year at Hogwarts. Her magical aptitude at Hogwarts was usually the first to master any spell and was capable of using spells beyond her educational level. Let's see here. She could have been a Ravenclaw due to her intelligence, but she was sent to Gryffindor. She does know nonverbal and wandless magic and became highly skilled at nonverbal magic in their 6th year, being the first to succeed in her defense against the dark arts class, and quickly became so good at nonverbal incantation she did not need to say any words out loud for various spells, which can be a very big benefit to her in a fight. She's known for having practiced wandless magic for years at Hogwarts. She did not need the aid of a wand or magical instrument for a variety of spells. I would like to know which ones of those are, but I doubt I'll find out. You're a little scary sometimes, you know that? Brilliant, but scary. That was from the first one, I remember that. Dueling, she demonstrated fighting abilities at numerous occasions, showing remarkable dueling skill for her age. Although she was incapacitated relatively early in the Battle of the Department of Ministry, she removed 2 Death Eaters from the fight in a short time. By the time she accompanied Ron and Harry to search for Horcrux, her spell work was swifter than her opponents, such as Muddugus Fletcher. I don't know the Harry Potter names. Point being, she was a pretty exceptional duelist. She was definitely not the best duelist ever, but she was an exceptional duelist. She has very fast reflexes. She drew her wand and placed a shield charm between her and Harry when they're quarry before either of them could draw their wands. She was able also to magically manipulate objects around herself and incapacitate others or evade others. Her dueling style was creative and unpredictable, mixing non-combat spells with unconventional combat spells. Her defense against dark art classes. She mastered the body bind curse, which was essentially a paralytic curse. And her third year, she was able to repel boggarts with ridiculous. She knows the stunning spell, impediment jinx. What the hell does that one do? The impediment jinx is known as the impediment. It slows the target. It slows you down. Okay, you're moving slower. So yeah. And other various jinxes and hexes. She was capable of using powerful spells such as a blasting curse. Despite this aptitude, this was the one subject Harry Potter was better at than her, something that she frequently acknowledged. If Hermione became an author, she would have excelled, but instead dedicated to rebuilding wizard laws. Aside, things along those lines. Charms, she was very effective at charms, remember that. In her third year, very impressive in most of her magical feats and charms. She not only achieved outstanding owls, she also enchanted a small handbag with undetectable extensive charms to allow her to carry more items. Essentially I can't remember what's the terminology called. Magic satchel, essentially, where she could go in there and literally a magic satchel. Harry and 5 months spent out in the open. Managed to cast some memory charms many successful times. Even held in her memory charms. Held even when they were subjected to the Cruciatus Curse, which was a torture curse, I believe. However, the one charm she had trouble with, the Patronus charm. Harry helped her with that. She did get it down. Potions, she was very good at potions. That would not matter much in this. Transfiguration. Apparently she was particularly talented in that. It's just changing things from other things. And that would theoretically mean she could change someone into something else. Dark Charms was not known for her ability to cast Dark Charms, and the extent of her ability with a magic discipline is truly unknown. Assume she is a borderline genius stash and was no slouch. Still, she must have had some ability and had to be able to come up with very sophisticated jinx that would deform the face of a person who betrayed the DA, and was able to successfully cast a stinging curse at a moment's notice. In her 4th year, she's able to cast the leg locker curse. They're pretty self-explanatory what they do. Apparition, which is kind of their version of teleportation. Study ancient ruins. Herbology. Arthromancy, a favorite subject. Considering if you take it. What the hell is Arthromancy? Magical discipline studies, practically numbers. The magical properties of numbers, including predicting the future with numbers and numerology. Okay, it's studying numbers and magic. All right. Muggle studies, obviously. History of magic, caring of magical creatures. Healing magic, she does have some of that. In theory, she has alchemy. In theory, she knows how to play Quidditch. One of the things she actually did have trouble, though, was wand. Not wand. Broom. Sorry, broom. She has a wand. She has her cat. Time Turner, which no longer has. Charmed handbag. Tales of Beetleborg. She has Beatrix Lestrange's wand. Hermione uses this wand at least until the Battle of Hogwarts, when she fought Beatrix with her own wand. Okay, she doesn't have that anymore. Nothing else really here that goes. So Hermione's also not afraid to get physical either. That's a big thing. She's not afraid to, throw a punch like she punched Malfoy. She's not afraid to get down and dirty if she has to. So, like all demigods, Annabeth has dyslexia, hardwired for ancient Greek, ADHD. Her alertness keeps her her senses keep her alive and alert. Fighting skills. She's the leader of the Athena cabin. She's naturally highly proficient in combat. She's the best. She fights best with a knife given her by Luke. When she was 7. She's basically she's not quite like a daughter of Ares, but she is the daughter of Athena, or like a child of Ares. She's not quite like that, but she is very capable hand-to-hand. She's probably one of the best fighters in the camp. Genius level intellect. She knows Morse code. Superhuman strength. Being a demigod is stronger than your average mortal. Seems to hold her strength against average demigods. Is able to flip Percy over her shoulder with ease and disintegrate an Arya with one hard blow. Yeah. Even when battered and exhausted, she's able to physically hold the Titan Kronos to a standstill with her knife. How the hell does that work? Okay, look, they're demigods. That's a fucking Titan. How the hell does that work? Even when battered and exhausted, she was able to physically hold back the Titan Kronos to a standstill with her knife. A knife! Where the hell is the logic of that? Even from a god perspective. Okay. So she's that strong, very agile, durable, endurance. She has enhanced healing to some degree, leadership, willpower. Her personal demigod abilities. Because her mother was the goddess of wisdom and battle strategy. She's a very skilled warrior, battle strategist. Also good at crafts. While weaving for the first time, blazing speed. Even when she stopped thinking about it, she just did it. Telekinesis. She has great control over any weapons. She can summon weapons. And that's apparently only impossible. Which one's this? Okay. Sorry, houses. I want to know which episode it was. Yeah, she can possibly summon weapons. She can instinctively know how to use any weapon. Place curses on weapons. Just as Annabeth can. Okay. Disarm opponents. She can easily disarm. Weapons transformation. You can transform anything into a weapon. Knife. She has a knife. Swordsman ship, obviously. Archery. Mysticonesis, possibly. According to Circe, she has the potential to perform magic. Is that what mysticonesis is? Just performing magic? Okay. Autokinesis, being that she has the affinity for arts and music, memorizing persuasion. We're not going into Egyptian magic. That was only temporary, and it really was just some minor thing. Her magical items include a magical Yankees baseball cap that makes anyone turn invisible, putting on essentially an invisibility cloak, which is awesome. Celestial bronze knife uses a weapon. The knife was given to her by Luke. Is later cursed when Luke betrayed them, and it was lost at the end of that. But she gains another after. Basically, she has a knife. A leather necklace with clay beads from every year at camp. That doesn't have any powers. Waterproof yellow duffel bag, pair of the shoes that let her fly, spider automation that helped her, Percy, Grover, and Tyson fight Hephaestus. She's quite scared of spiders because of her arachnophobia. Unknown if it doesn't matter. Video shield. Okay, I know she also has like the folding shield that can just you put on your arm, just activate it. Uses a weapon after. Anyway, so yes, and so these guys break down. Let's assume. Trying to figure out what the best scenario for these guys to kind of meet up and fight would be. Let's say in their adventures they wind up and for Prime Hermione, it's probably her as an adult. Let's not kid ourselves. They somehow wind up in England. And they wind up near the Ministry of the Magic, and Hermione just has to be sensing things around, and she senses some magic going on. She senses they're there, and she confronts them, and she maybe does like a curse to lock their legs, but Annabeth, with sheer willpower, breaks the curse, which surprises Hermione. So now the fight actually begins. Hermione immediately gets out her wand, but Annabeth, throws a rock, immediately disarms Hermione because she can pretty much disarm anyone. Disarms Hermione and immediately goes in for an attack. But Hermione is able to definitely use spells without her wand, and without actually saying the spell's name, which gives her immense advantage. So, she maybe does a Expelliarmus, and just the weapon that's in her hand goes flying, and then Hermione actually throws a punch at Annabeth, boom, and then uses like Stupefy. That was the stunning curse, just stuns Annabeth and then throws it back. Percy's about to help. She uses the leg locker curse or whatever. And then Annabeth comes in and gets out again. Basically picks up a rock and immediately turns the rock into a blade. Just throws it at Hermione, who immediately gets a blade in the shoulder. She's like, So, she goes, Expecto Patronum! And then, throws the otter at her, which Annabeth kind of just charges through. So, it quickly becomes obvious that she needs to lock Annabeth. So, again, it does like another leg lock curse. Does like a stinging curse. Does a bunch of things to try to keep Annabeth down. But because of the stubborn will of Annabeth, because of the sheer pride of her, without using maybe something more lethal, like, say, Avada Kedavra or something like that, or the torture curse or the mind control curse, which the mind control curse, I would argue, probably wouldn't work on Annabeth. I think she would just overpower it through sheer will. But the torture curse definitely would, but it's something that I don't think Hermione would. She's just throwing everything she can out at her. She's able to disarm her, but no matter how many times she disarms Annabeth, she's able to just get another weapon. It's simply, it's simply she can't keep Annabeth down, and Annabeth will just keep coming. Annabeth is also, doesn't matter. She might throw a punch at Annabeth, but Annabeth will take her in a physical fight any day of the week. So really, the question quickly becomes, does Hermione have anything that could actually put down Annabeth permanently? Maybe to not kill her, though if the game came to that, she'd obviously do it. But does she have anything that she could use to put her down? Transfiguring her probably wouldn't even do anything. That's the real kicker. Transfiguration, when she could turn into a cat, she's still going to attack her with all the strength of fucking God. And even if she tries to turn into something else, Annabeth, could sense that, and throw her off her balance, probably, because they have plenty of magic in the Percy Jackson world as well. So, and then just in case Annabeth feels she is getting cornered, she immediately puts on the cap, goes invisible, and now Hermione's just like, what? And then that's when Annabeth would just, boom, knock her straight out. That invisibility cap alone probably would give Annabeth the win, because an invisibility cloak, apparently they're really rare. The one that Harry had is part of the Deathly Hallows, for God's sake. So, invisibility, like actual invisibility, is not common in the Harry Potter world. It's a pretty rare feat to do. So for Annabeth to just boop and disappear, Hermione would be pretty screwed at that point. So I'm gonna go Annabeth in this fight. I can't remember who I gave it the win to with the Harry versus Percy Jackson fight, but yeah, I gotta go Annabeth on this one. And she's physically just a more devastating individual to go up against in a fight. If it came down to a physical fight. But no, there are very few spells, if any spells, that Hermione actually has would do anything to stop her. Even in a transfiguration, the best she could hope for is to turn her into like an inanimate object. But I doubt she would even be able to, that would last forever. I think her natural demigod status would circumvent that, and she would eventually just break out of the spell and beat the crap out of Hermione. So ultimately, yeah, I think Annabeth has to take this fight. Is there a way she could win? Well, there is ways to knock out an opponent, stunning curses, all that. So I won't say it's 100% guarantee, but her durability would make it very difficult to knock her out. So I'll go a 10% chance Hermione ultimately wins. But so 90% of the time, Annabeth's going to win. What do you think, though? You think Annabeth wins all the time? You think Hermione wins more times than what I gave her? You think she wins more? Do you think she ultimately wins? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, though. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. And ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Superhuman Magic, what if, anything I do on the channel. Put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to that at some point. Tomorrow I got a what if in the box office, and then it's the week of who would win's coming this week. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.